Midnight Muses here, doing my Friday video, and as I said earlier in the week, I have to pull my sleeves up, it's already getting warm in here. I'm going to be doing my beauty video today as opposed to my mental health or other random topic video, which I usually would do on either Thursday or Friday, because I did my haven't smoked for a week video on Monday. Quick update on that, still doing good. Actually forgot to put my patch on today, and I'm still doing good, so that's really awesome. But I feel like getting super glam. I've had a very meh day. My head's been bothering me. I did take something for it just now, and it's starting to feel better. So I'm starting to feel a little bit, you know, like, okay, let's do something. I didn't sleep very well, so I just want to like get super glamorous and, you know, just feel good about myself. You know, I'm in my Stormtrooper oversized shirt, but you know, it's cool. Whatever. Glamorous face. I did do my hair a little bit. I literally like just what I do when I want to make my hair look nice but natural is I curl like the very top layer of my hair, because underneath, as you can see, I don't know if you can very well, it's like perfect ringlets, except for the top layer of my hair, which looks like a weird mess all the time. So I curled that layer so that it would match. So I'm just going to do a little bit of pour, kind of covering. I've got a mirror next to me on my bed, so I can kind of do like the double check, because obviously viewfinder doesn't exactly work as a mirror, because things look so much nicer on camera than they do in real life. And something that I've been doing a lot lately that I've been liking in terms of priming, primer does not like coming out, it's the Cover FX blurring one today. I just grabbed a bunch of random makeup. I am also going to use that eye primer today that it's been like 2 weeks now. I'm like, don't worry, my next video I'll use it, and then because of my habit, I just always go to my ColourPop concealer. I will actually make sure to use that today. But anyway, something that I've been liking to do lately is do my blurring primer where I have my large pores, which is, let's be real, like 90% of my face. And then afterwards, I go over it with a very illuminating primer, and then I get that kind of like super glowy skin that I love, but I also get the blurring effect that I want, and it's been a very good mix. I've been really liking it. All right, and that's I need to wash my brushes today too, which I was going to do. I haven't really been feeling the great the last few days, so I have not been kind of on top of my usual stuff. I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula highlighting primer thing that we all know I'm obsessed with, and every time I used another one, because I like the NYX one a lot as well, but I do always go back to this one. I think because the NYX one is like so white, like it's really pretty, but it's like a really kind of very bright white highlighter. And you know, once we get past maybe 3 degrees in Canada, I'm like, oh my gosh, warm weather's coming. I need to look super like tan and stuff all the time, and I forget that I'm a ghost and will do everything I can to pretend that I have so much more color that I actually do. I would go closer, but like I'm so scared of my camera falling. I've had so many situations of trying to film and just having it fall. So you guys are gonna have to have a more distant view of me today. I'm sorry for that. I'm gonna do foundation. I don't know if I've told you guys, I've been doing this kind of mix right now. So I have the CoverGirl Vitalist Elixir, because CoverGirl is now cruelty-free. And I have it in Ivory, which is their palest shade, which for me is like a solid summer kind of dark shade. Because as much as I don't like to admit it, I like really am ghost. So I'll do 1/2 to 1 pump of that. And then what I do is I do 1 to 1.5 pumps of my Cloud by Too Faced, which is the Born This Way foundation, and then that's their palest shade, which actually is like Ghost. And then when I mix that together, that works for me, and I just kind of like, I'm literally the laziest person ever. I just blend it along my face and then blend it all over with the brush. And I'll be looking in the mirror a lot for this one, just to make sure it's all smoothed in and looks normal. But it's been good. It's literally like my exact face shade minus the redness. So I don't, and because what I found is I put on that CoverGirl one just by itself. I did it for like 2 days just to, you know, try it out. Because it was like, oh my gosh, I look so bronzy, I look great, this is so fantastic. And like, I do paint down my neck, like I always do this. And then what I would find was that, because it also oxidizes, but an hour later, you would see all the lines down the middle of my neck that were like way, and when I say way too dark, I'm talking like about 5 shades too dark. Like, it was clear that I was just like painting myself. And it wasn't a good situation. So then I was like, you know what? I find that I do actually like the texture of the CoverGirl one better than the Too Faced. The Too Faced can get your dry patches just that little bit that's kind of annoying. Like, it's a really good foundation, and it's probably the best high-end foundation actually that I've worn in ages. But because I actually tend to do more like drugstore ones. Even when I had the money and could afford it, I still tended to prefer the drugstore ones. But I do really like it. It does sometimes pick up on my dry spots a little bit. So I am going to focus this just under my eye and to brighten and not put it on my eyelids as my usual. Oh, I literally just went right into my eyeball, and now my contact is blurry because it's covered in foundation. Awesome. Ugh, hate being clumsy. And I really should have a closer mirror to me. I don't know why I've decided to like put this one mirror like so, like I'm not even touching it, like it's so far over here, and like I can see in it well enough, yeah, but it's not like if it was right here, like how like sometimes I'll have a camera I'll have a mirror right below the camera. That works better for me. That's not. Why is my battery already dying? Okay, let's see if we can get through this, because I've had it before. My battery was dying and I did not make it through the video. None of you saw this video. That was part of, was it last Friday that I didn't post? And it was literally because I was just having technical issue after technical issue, and my phone did straight up die in the middle of attempting to film, which I don't know if it was for the 4th time or the 5th time, but it was a very annoying situation. My SD card kept saying that it was full, even though when I'd like look into the info for it, it was like only 2.2 gigs out of 64 used, and it's like, okay, I don't know about you, but like that's not full. Like, that's so empty. And my boyfriend, who's good with tech, came to check it out. He couldn't figure it out, and like he transferred like some file over to another file, and like it cleared up a bunch of space, but it's still like we still didn't know what had caused the issue. So I was just kind of fussing around in my phone and checking the files that he had transferred, and realized that my phone had literally saved every single ad from every single game that I had ever played with this phone over the last year. And I had to go and individually delete every like 30-second and 15-second video. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I don't know about anyone else, but I've never heard of that ever happening before. And he's like, well, you must have hit a button for it to save ads. And I'm like, why would I ever want to save an ad? I think it's just like them like trying to sneak that information on your phone, because you know there's that whole thing of, you know, you speak out loud and suddenly your phone's like, hey, I heard you talking about, I don't know, like your wedding or something, so here's a thing for bridal dresses, which keeps happening to me. Actually, it's kind of funny. Ever since I got my promise ring and we're talking about like getting married and stuff, my phone has like non-stop sent me stuff about like engagement rings. There's like all these commercials with the guys on one knee, like, you know, doing all that kind of, I'm like, go away. I don't need you. I don't want you. And then it's like, oh, planning your wedding. This for wedding planners, and these for like wedding dress shops. And it's just like constant wedding stuff. And it's like, we're not quite that into the planning at the moment. I wish that my phone would be able to catch that part of it as well, but apparently not. It's just sending me all the ads. and also gaming ads, which I honestly think it gets from whenever Sean's around. Because whenever, after the weekend, it's really funny because after the weekend, because Sean's here every weekend, Monday and Tuesday, my ads on YouTube are gamer ads. Like, it's like about different like video games, usually specifically for like PS4, which I don't play, he does. So it's like my phone's listening to you and sending me ads that mean nothing to me but mean something to you. So, you know, that's cool too. That's fine. It's no big deal. It just weirds me out. All right, time to blush up the cheeks using the Tarte book thing that I got in one of my subscription boxes. I really just start blending them all together. Like, I do not know at this point what comes from where, because like before it was easy because Ipsy gave you samples and BoxyCharm gave you full size, but now you can get full size from Ipsy and it's like literally like oh, these items are $3 and those ones are a little bit more, right? I usually go for the $3 items unless it's something I really want, but it's like, okay, so now everyone's giving you full size, and even when you are just getting the sample sizes from Ipsy, I swear to God, they're like the deluxe ones, so everything's bigger, and I don't know. It's from my subscription box, as is my current guy here. I know this from Ipsy. This is my Ofra highlighter in Star Island, which is my favorite because it is the perfect color for me. It's not quite as like blinding as Rodeo Drive, which sometimes makes me a little bit sad because I want I want to have my cheeks be as bright as the sun. And okay, when I turn that way they kind of are, but Rodeo Drive, you can see from every angle is like whew, but it is too dark for me, though I know slowly getting closer to where I can wear it. I went really heavy-handed with my bronzer. I can already see that. That's okay. Time to do some eyebrows. I will need to get a closer mirror for that. I've gone back into my NYX gel. I was using the Iconic London brow thing that I got for a hot minute there, but I don't know, and don't get me wrong, I really like it. I do, and it stays on like, oh my God. I just prefer the look that I get with my NYX brow gel. I think it's just because I also have it in black. So whereas the Iconic London, since it was being sent out to like a bunch of people, was just in like universal brown. And because my hair is so cool toned, I like having the really ashy black in my hair, which isn't even really ashy black. It's like a super ashy, very dark brown, but I prefer how that looks right now with my hair color at the moment, as opposed to that much warmer brown, which is really pretty, and to be perfectly honest, does stay on better than the NYX gel, which I didn't think was possible because this stuff stays on so well, it's kind of insane. The only thing that I would ever notice is that sometimes I do a thing where if I'm like sleeping over at a friend's house, or sometimes when Sean's sleeping here, or if I have to get up super early and I know I'm not going to get ready, I'm so self-conscious about my brows. I will literally take off every inch of my makeup, do all of my skincare, leave my brows in place. And what I'll notice with the next one is that in the morning I have to touch up just here and here, but with the Iconic London, I don't at all. And though I will say, just as, you know, what is it? I forget what it is. Don't do it at home. Don't do that. Don't ever like not just take off part of your makeup because you're feeling lazy. Like it's not good for your skin. And I have gotten like little pimples in my eyebrows from doing that, so would not recommend, and is not something that I do on a regular basis. Like, I have physio once a week that tends to be quite early in the morning. Not every week, but if it is like at 10 o'clock or earlier, which I know is not early to some people, but when you go to sleep at like 5 and 6 in the morning, it is early for me. Then I will usually leave my brows on just so I can literally roll out of bed, put on whatever pants are closest to me, brush my teeth, and roll out the door to physio, because that's what I'm gonna do. I think before I do the eyes, I'm going to do a little bit of my all-nighter spray, which I've been lugging around with me again, just because it is warmer. I keep feeling like I'm sweating. I don't like putting this on after I do all my eye stuff and my mascara, because I find that it like makes things kind of like move around and crack a little bit. So put that on now, so it's all good. Just kind of let it dry. Sorry, I'm out of focus. No, I'm back. Okay. Gonna just use the Pure Festival palette like always, but let's get this primer that I've been saying I'm going to try now for such a long time. Such a long time that it appears to have gone missing. Oh shoot. I did not mean to do that. I'm painting a little planter's box for my mom and I just dropped it. Trying to find the eyeshadow primer. I'll check it in a minute. I'm sure it's fine. No, that's my mascara, which, I mean, I'm going to need. But, aha, there we go. Okay. So, this is the Luscious Angel Eyes Eyeshadow Primer / Base. So, I still have not tried this. Will it focus at all? Kind of, but not really, so you can read it. Alright, it does look like it's colored. I'll put a little on the back of my hand. If any will come out, because I'm... Oh, there we go. Oh, that is weird. It's extremely tan. Kind of like orangey tan. Not feeling super confident. I will say not feeling the most confident about that, but let me just get a clean kind of flat brush and I'll apply that. Wow, that is so not my skin color. Okay. Well, we're gonna try it. Oh, wow. It doesn't look as bad on camera. That's good. Oh, that's good, because that means that if I take a picture, it shouldn't be so bad. But, oh my gosh, this is like, you know when you do a bad tan and you just look super orange? That's what this eyeshadow base is. So whether it works good or not, like, I won't say anything to that yet, obviously. I'm putting it on my eyelid for the first time, but it's like an Oompa Loompa tan base shade, which I'm not here for at all. But, you know, gotta test it out. And but I will say, if it is the kind of thing where like it ends out like working like really, really well, do I really care that much what the base shade is because I put on so much eyeshadow? No, I don't. So it's really not that big of a deal. But it's very wet. I don't know if I like it yet. It's extremely wet. Like, and I use I still have most of it on the back of my hand. I don't really like the texture of it, to be perfectly honest, but alright, I'm gonna go with a kind of purpley look because I am wearing purple. So I'm going to take like the purpley plums from the All I See Is Magic from ColourPop, and I'm gonna probably use the purple from here. I'm not gonna use also update on the glitter because I've been saying like I use this all the time and I've never had any of it smudge, get in my crease, any of that be a problem. But this red glitter here, and this is the only one where no matter what base I use, it does get like crinkly. Like when I use my ColourPop concealer, it does last for, I'm out of focus again, it does last for a much longer time. I will get like 6 or 7 hours before it starts to really crease. Whereas when I used the one that came with the palette, the pure one, it literally lasted for an hour, and then I looked in the mirror and it was like literally just like red everywhere. The other thing, specifically again with the red one, it doesn't come off. You clean your face and you clean your face and you've got red glitter on you for a week. I still love it and I'm still going to use it, but forewarning, if you get the festival palette, the red is it's interesting. That's for sure. It is interesting. All right, I'm just gonna wipe off this, but I have to clean my brushes. I hate when I'm behind on things like that because that is not a me thing, but whatever. All right, let's see how this primer works. The only thing that's weird is that I feel like right here and right here, where I don't tend to put eyeshadow, I feel like that's gonna be just like weirdly orange compared to the rest of my face now. But, you know, it's cool. And I miss the bottom. I keep doing this. I don't put foundation, like, under my nose. I don't understand. And then I have to go back and touch it up every single time. It's very annoying. And I keep trying to remind myself, you know, the bottom of your nose. Like, it exists, but no. I'll do a little bit like that. And it already looks better. We're good. All right. It's not a big deal. It's just a weird thing that I forget about. That I have the bottom to the bridge of my nose. It's like, in my world, it doesn't exist when I'm applying makeup. This orange is really weird. Like, I've said that probably 6 times now. It is really, really weird. Like, I don't... I want to say, like, that shouldn't be, like, a turn off, just the color of the primer, because the fact that it does have a colored base, like, it does actually, like, if you have any, like, veiny eyelids or anything, which, I mean, I don't, I like to have a base to, like, make my makeup stick. And a color base, I actually don't mind doing, because sometimes it can make the vibrancy of the shadows come out a little bit more as well, especially if you're using a lighter color base. Like, when I have my super pale ColourPop concealer, if I want to use a more neon color, because it's almost white, it's so fair, it really brings out the tones. This is just Oompa Loompa, and it's making my purple not look like like I'm literally wearing a purple transition, and I'm sorry, that does not look purple, and it's because there's just orange on my eyes. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's messing with how I'm trying to do my makeup, which is not how I want things to be. So now I'm going in with a really, really bright purple to see if that will help with the tone of the whole thing. And I'm probably gonna have to add a little bit of black to really, like, kind of deepen it, which I wasn't planning on doing either, but you know, whatever. Even that, like, this is usually, like, such a bright purple on me, and it is not looking like a very bright purple, and it's really hard to get the makeup on here. I don't know if maybe this is, like, one of those primers that should have been set beforehand, but it is giving me a lot of trouble. And I don't know, I feel like I'm trying to, if it's not ColourPop concealer, it's automatically gonna suck. And it's like, no, I mean, like, I like what I like, don't get me wrong, but, like, I've had other primers that I've really, like, I used to live on the Urban Decay primer potion. I can't afford it now, but, like, I lived on that stuff. I absolutely loved it. I literally only stopped getting it because I couldn't afford it. At one point, you know, back before Kat Von D went off the rails, she had eyeshadow primers that were absolutely fantastic. She had a shimmery one, she had a matte one, and she even had one if you were doing, like, a smoky eye that was, like, very gray based. Most people don't even know about this. They only know about, like, this weird stick thing that was horrible. Before that, she actually had really good eyeshadow primers that worked really, really well. So I'm just trying to find a little black shadow, or maybe I'll just use this darker one on the outside and then the brighter, yeah, then I can use the brighter purple in the middle. That works. So I'm not biased against any brand just because I have, you know, a version of that product from another brand that I like better doesn't mean anything. I like to be as unbiased as possible when trying things. But so far, I will say, nothing has been able to compare to my simple ColourPop concealer when it comes to priming my eyes and making my pigments look awesome. Alright, it's gonna blend out those two shades a little bit. I have a tiny bit of fallout. Literally found a use for this brush that I got because it's so soft that you cannot actually, like, use it for anything. It will not apply brush, or, like, it looks like it will because it looks super fluffy. It's so soft, and it is, like, there's no density to it at all. It's like the thinnest brush ever. It doesn't actually apply anything, but when you need to dust away little bits of fallout. Awesome for that. So I actually, weirdly enough, keep it with my I keep it with my eyeshadow brushes as opposed to my face brushes, because I use it to fix eyeshadow that has gotten a little movie on me. Do a tiny little bit of that darker purple on the bottom, blend it in the center. I do love this really like deep plummy purpley shimmer. It's awesome. It's fun. It's sparkly. Who doesn't like fun sparkly colors? And then I also really love the color in the Pure palette. It's called Gypsy. If anyone was wondering. Still haven't used the pink on my eyes. If I'm being realistic, I am never going to use the pink on my eyes. I don't like pink, especially bright pink. I really, really don't like. Like, rose tones, totally fine with rose tones. But throw some bright neon pink at me and it's like, I'm gonna run in the other direction. And I have always been that way. Actually, my mother and I had a discussion about it yesterday because I was talking about these like old curtains that I had when I was a kid in my room. I'm like, I know someone made them for me, but I don't know who. And I was writing it because I have this journal that Sean gave me that's like, you know, writing about things in your life. And it was like, what were like important things in your childhood bedroom? And for me, it was like these really soft pink and white curtains that I had that I was really attached to. And I kept on to one of the sash things for it for a very long time. And she was like, oh, it was because your aunt, one of my aunts that passed on made it for me. And I was like, oh, well, that explains it, because, oh, what's going on? Pause. All right, sorry about that. My phone just did the whole dying thing, so I had to try and find an extra dock to put it in, which I had like 10, and suddenly they're all missing, so I had to go running around my house trying to find one before my pause button died, or not died, but like it was pausing and sitting at 5%, so I had to move very quickly to try and like save it so I wouldn't have to restart with an already finished look, because I was not restarting this face and I was not going to be demonstrating that primer again, because chances are I'm probably not going to use it. My skin isn't dark enough for it. Whew. God breathe. It's because I don't have my fan on in here. If I had my fan on in here, I'd be totally fine. But I can't, because if I have my fan on, then you hear it and it gets really loud with the filming and all of that. So anyways, time to put on some eyeliner. I'm still really enjoying that Ico. I'm still going to probably cry when I run out of it. I should probably switch my mascara. I do have a Ciate one right there, because this Man-Eater one is just so dry already. It's kind of weird. I don't understand it. Like, I really liked it. Like, I gave it a really positive review, because I was like, it doesn't actually smudge. As long as I like powder under my eyes a lot, it really doesn't smudge at all. So it's like, I really, really like this stuff. I think it's awesome. And then like 2 days after I do like the really good review on it, it dries out. And it's like, okay, well, that's not helpful. I don't want dry mascara. And now but it's hard to really like say if that's how the product is. I would have to talk to other people that have used the same mascara, because I do find that sometimes that is how the minis work. Like when I was talking about the Kush mascara, I literally wouldn't buy that in anything but a mini, because you have to throw out your mascara in 3 months anyway. And that Kush mascara lasted the entire 3 months, and to the point where I was like, oh, I know I have to throw you out now, but I really don't want to, and you're still working. Like, you're only just starting to dry out, which like I've had regular mascaras do that in the first month, so that was incredibly impressive. But at the same time, it means that you also don't have to spend like the full amount of money, because if the mini lasts as long as a full-size mascara, why would you ever buy the full-size mascara, you know? But as somebody with a very limited budget, I really, really appreciate that, because it means that it's easier for me to afford, because it kind of puts it on the same price level as like drugstore ones. So don't change that milk, please, because I really love that mascara. But yeah. So I think I'm gonna try out a new mascara since we did try out a new eyeshadow primer and it was very much a dud. Let's give a new mascara a try and see if it is any better. Ugh. Also, I will say I'm at that part of like not smoking where I'm pretty sure the nicotine is like really trying to force itself out of me at this point, because I found myself getting very short of breath very easily, and I'm extremely thirsty, like 20 bottles of water a day kind of thirsty, and it's been a fun experience. I mean, I'm happy. I'm still going strong. I'm also still talking really fast. Let me just grab that. Oh, you're going to see that I decided to not wear pants. That's okay. Can't actually see anything, just my tattoo. It's like, oh, my tattoo's sticking out. Yep, that's right. Don't forget to put your leggings on before you go outside. I mean, they're long. I ran downstairs and nobody noticed anything. They literally thought I was wearing a dress, so good. Super long shirts. I love them. Alright, so yeah, this is another mini, but it's the Wonderland mascara from Chatty, and I really like Chatty. I remember I got a whole, like, nail polish making kit from Chatty from my sister for Christmas one year that I still use to this day. So I'll give it a go. I know that Jay Kissa loves this. This has been like her holy grail mascara for ages now. She says it doesn't transfer on her, but as I said, everyone's faces are different. Everyone's eyelashes are different. I have come across like one person who complains of the same thing that I do, which is that their bottom lashes are as long as their top lashes. Most people just get mad at me for complaining about that and say that I should be thankful for what I have, especially since I don't have to use a curling wand to curl my lashes. They're already curly and long. But you know, everyone has their own issues, and it's kind of like, yeah, but you people with the short bottom lashes, you know, you don't have to worry about smudging as much. Because my lashes are so long on the bottom, it doesn't matter if I'm wearing waterproof mascara, regular mascara, whatever mascara. It's literally like rubbing down here, so it's gonna smudge just from blinking, and I blink so much. I'm always told, you know, you blink so much. Do you know that you blink so much? And it's like, yes. I wear contacts. I have not good eyes, and mixing the two is not necessarily the best thing ever. So I blink a lot because my eyes are dry and usually not feeling happy. Alright. I don't know if I even brought lipstick with me. I'm super organized, and this is a super long video. Here I am like, yeah, I'm going to keep shortening my videos. It's going to be great. And they're going to be like 20 minutes max. And it's going to be awesome. And that's, what, 33 minutes there? Cool. And considering I don't know how to edit at all, it's going to stay that way. Do I have a lipstick that I want to wear right now? Ugh. I have lots of eyeliners. What color are you? You are like orange, which I definitely don't want to wear. Oh, tell me I don't have any lipstick. That kind of sucks. That's not a good way to end the video. I mean, I have this Kat Von D one, and like, don't get me wrong, I like it, but, and I did say like, I'm not gonna throw out any of her makeup because, like, it's, to me that's just as wasteful. Ooh, there we go. But I would prefer to not use it on camera as much as possible, just because since I don't support her brand, the last thing that I want to do is use her makeup and then have me like, oh, I really like that color, I'm gonna go pick it up. It's like, no, I don't want people buying her stuff. No, I really don't. And it makes me so sad because I really, really, really thought that she was just the coolest thing ever. And man, has she fallen. I don't know. Just vaccinate your kids. Like, the anti-Semite stuff, I really don't look into as much. I mean, I think that her excuse of, oh, I'm a Latino, so therefore I can't be an anti-Semite is like, really? Because I'm Trinidadian Guyanese, but I'm pretty sure that most people who look at me just think that I'm some regular white girl, and a lot of them think that I'm white trash. And I mean, I could throw, oh, well, just because I look white doesn't mean I am white, which I mean, to be honest, I do a lot, but I do it as a joke, not like, oh, no, like, no, that's, your background doesn't stop you from being racist. You're either racist or you're not, or you're anti-Semite or you're not. Like, that doesn't, like, the big thing, like, my whole thing with that is, like, yeah, that doesn't work because Hitler himself was half Jewish, and yet he hated Jewish people, so it doesn't matter what your background is. But I don't look into that as much as the vaccination, just because that's a lot more, there's not as much, like, fact behind it. Like, there's a lot of, like, rumors, there's a lot of, like, this is most likely her. I do believe that she's done, like, some stupid things that were that way, just especially since, you know, she used to work with somebody, they were known to hate each other. She made an anti-Semitic comment at him. She says she didn't. I 100% do believe that she did, but I don't necessarily know if it was because she hates Jews or just because she hated that one guy who happened to be Jewish, you know? So I don't look into that as much as just a simple vaccinate your kid, because I have a lot of friends in the medical field, and I've heard so many horror stories just already from people not having vaccinated kids and it affecting other kids who cannot be vaccinated because they are immune compromised and, like, all the measles and stuff. And it's just, vaccinate your kid. That's what it comes down to, is, like, vaccinate your kid. I would love to buy your stuff again, so please vaccinate your kid, and don't just say, oh, you know, I'm a new mom, whatever, and so instead of anything, I'm just not going to tell anybody anything anymore. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. It's like, no. The reason why no one's buying your stuff is because you straight out said, I'm not going to vaccinate. That's the choice. That's the path we're going on. So coming up and saying, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, and instead of telling you guys anything, I'm just going to keep everything private and not tell anyone anything. It's like, yeah, but you've lost such a huge following, and if you want to get us back, we're going to need some kind of proof to show that you're not still doing those things that we, like, kind of stopped following you for in the first place. Like, usually I wouldn't care. I hate delving into personal lives of celebrities. That's not my thing. Whether they're actors, musicians, whatever, I don't care. That's your personal life. That's your thing. But if you're going to choose to post something that's so dangerous and negative on social media, you need to kind of, and you want to fix it, you also then have to show how you fixed it, not just say, oh yeah, no, everything's good, I'm just gonna, like, be private and hide and lie to everybody. So whatever, going on a tangent, not needed. Feeling good now, got my makeup on, my hair is looking decently literally just curled the top. Like, all this is just, like, natural, like my usual ringlets. It's just the very, very top layer. It's hilarious what a difference that makes to my hair. Anyways, sorry it's been so long of me just sitting here putting makeup on my face, but I hope you guys are having a great day as usual. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe, and I will be back at you either next week, Monday or Tuesday, but I'm guessing Tuesday because Sean is staying over Sunday night and we're seeing Avengers super late, and I know I'm gonna need some sleep. All right, bye.